Well, we're going to talk US politics now with James Creedon. He's here for Media Watch. Good to see you, James.
Likewise, Laura.
And we're all getting a bit nostalgic, aren't we, for 1992, if you remember it. Bush-Clinton. Could it all be happening again?
It's all coming back again. Indeed, Hillary Clinton equals Jeb Bush, according to Politico, in the sense that they're both dealing with similar issues. They might be have different visions for America, but they're the darlings of their respective
Got
parties.
an awful lot of
elites.
money behind them.
They are brilliant fundraisers, a lot of money behind them, as you said. Members of the nation's political oligarchy, and indeed, if you're to compare them with other candidates in their respective parties, both tend to lean maybe towards the centre, even though that doesn't necessarily.
That's
show
how
in the
you win
discourse.
in politics, isn't it? Get
This
in
is
the
it.
centre.
You appeal to the base and then you try to bring it into the centre. And then there's the dynastic factor, both of them trying to run away from that, but you can run but you can't hide.
Can't escape your name, can you?
Hillary has that big, huge
H with the arrow.
on the, no sign of Clinton in the logos, and the same for Jeb. It's all about the Jeb. It's all about the J.
Right.
So there you go, and a lot of similarities in that front. For the Guardian,
H versus Jeb.
this is
Well, it could
forgetting
be
that it's
anyway.
Bush versus Clinton, really. Meanwhile, Clinton versus Bush, America is getting the dynastic matchup it said it didn't want. But actually, if you look at the figures, it's Democrats don't want to see another Bush, and it's kind of Republicans don't want to see another Clinton. Actually, the party faithful tend to not be too against the idea, according to certain polls, of another. For example, it's 78% of Democrats say they don't want Bush because he's the son and brother of a former president. But only, if you look at Republicans, 48% are more likely to vote for him because he's a Bush, 32% less likely. So it's not.
Somebody
as clear.
somewhere is crunching those numbers furiously.
That's
aren't they?
right.
It's going to be such an expensive race as well.
Take a look at this graphic, Laura, in the Washington Post, which is refreshing now. So you've got some similarities between the two. Another Bush. He's going to have to fight that. What's she going to have to fight? The fact that it's another Clinton? No,
The
first
woman
woman president. So that really is
All work in her favour, no?
in the way that Obama used the race card. She's going to be able to use the gender card, and it will potentially work in her favour. Whereas for 20 Minutes, they're saying, well, what about American meritocracy? This is somewhat...
Two families dominating politics, what is it, 20 years?
Oh, well, apparently, if you add it all up, except for the Obama-Biden hiatus, 44 years of having a
44
Bush
years. Or a Clinton, yeah,
or a
of
Clinton,
course.
either in the vice presidency or the presidential position.
Wow.
There you go.
There you go.
Is
But watch out,
meritocratic.
Jeb and H, because Donald Trump has entered the race.
Or the come-over-in-chief, as the Huffington Post UK has called him. That's a terrifying, terrifying image. It looks like the aliens have landed on the White House lawn. And his speech was actually quite extraordinary.
Did you expect anything less?
Well, I suppose I didn't. He was talking about how much money he has and how it took his accountants years to put it all together, how many billions he has in property and in hard cash.
Tough
and
life.
Obamacare, the websites cost billions. He's had websites made for $3, etc., etc. It was really, it's the kind of speech that would have any French politician just
He's not
going
the most humble man, is
in the
he?
polls. Not really. But he did use his trump card, as some on Twitter have pointed out. That was a pretty predictable joke.
of course.
And wait for it. This is The Onion from 2012, in fact. Trump announces he's a very sad man, Laura.
Really?
Saying that that he's
all that money, all those buildings?
pathetic human
all
being
those
and a
wives?
complete waste of space. That was an announcement that he made in the satirical magazine,
Yes,
The Onion.
The
back in
Onion.
2012.
I can imagine. Let's talk about exams.
Yes.
Because French students will be sitting the Baccalaureat tomorrow. This is for 16-year-olds, isn't it?
Yeah.
The end of high school.
Yeah, well, depending on what age you've
16
had.
to 18.
16 to 18.
Yes.
If you repeat it a
You've
few
got
years.
to feel sorry for them, haven't you? The weather's
Aren't you glad
beautiful.
that's behind you,
Oh,
Laura?
I really
Seriously.
am. I really am.
They also start with philosophy. That's the first paper in France.
French philosophy, it's not an
So,
easy one.
I mean, how
Philo.
philosophical can you feel when you're heading into an exam? In any case, there is a persistent rumour that's been going around for years and years and years that somewhere, somehow, because it's always these big existential questions, isn't it, in a philosophy paper, such as what is life, what is risk? And there's one persistent rumour that a student one time answered that philosophical question, what is risk, with this is a risk. One line answer.
Brilliant.
And
What
he
did he
got
get?
20 out of 20.
He
But
did not.
the thing is, it never happened. And we'll just take a
It's
look.
a legend, is it?
It is a legend, and it started from this film, if we could have a look at it, called Le Pion, from 1978, where a teacher gave back a paper to the class and saying, some of you wrote about risk, that's what the question was. This man, with his pen and his blank sheet of paper, took a real risk. And so that film from 1978 set in motion a rumour that you can still find on social media even this evening, Laura, people saying, this is how you answer a paper on audacity,
Wishful
what is
thinking.
courage, just one line, that's all you need.
Don't do it, kids.
No, better avoid.
It might have been clever the first
That's
time, but it
strategy.
won't be clever again. What have Silvio Berlusconi, the former Italian Prime Minister, and the former French President Nicolas Sarkozy got in common, James?
All right, well, this is a weird little video that's been doing the rounds of French social media since the weekend. It's a manga, Japanese manga. Let's roll the pictures, because what happened was it was about a young girl in this manga imagining older men that she was attracted to. And she spoke about Silvio Berlusconi and Nicolas Sarkozy, apparently... Japanese manga, and you
How
can see they're
odd.
looking a lot fitter than they probably do in real life.
Yeah, I was
And-
going to say it's very flattering, especially for Berlusconi.
But what's even weirder is apparently she's also imagining that they've had a romantic relationship with each other.
Oh, dear.
So this is the wonderful world of Japanese anime.
That is very disturbing, to say the least. All right.
Slightly.
James, thank you very much indeed.